Hey guys, how you doing today? My name is Marco Rincon, production manager at Bancapital Home Loans in Tucson, Arizona, your local mortgage bank with big bank strength. Coming at you today with the $1,000,000 question: when is the housing market in Arizona going to finally hit bottom? And also, though, today I want to talk a little bit about if you were foreclosed on, when will you be let back in the game at these low purchase prices and historically low rates? Let's kind of take a look at this today. Third quarter figures right here. Released yesterday, November 29, 2011, from the Federal Housing Finance Agency, were so-so, showing the value of the average home in Arizona sliding another 1.5% in the last quarter. That brings the year over year to 12%. For example, a home valued at $200,000 last year is now worth $24,000 less, $176,000. That's in Arizona in general. Okay, the same trend is playing out since the mortgage meltdown started. Arizona property values are now half of what they were 5 years ago. With Phoenix, though, if you notice, so we're down 50%. With Maricopa County, which is where Phoenix is, and Pinal County, which was the worst county in the nation, by the way, down 48%. Tucson, Pima County, not as bad. We're down only 35%. It's still awful, but it's still not as bad. We were down only, less than 1% in the last quarter, but also 12% in the last year over year. But if you notice, this is kind of slowing down a little bit. Okay, let's look at some of these bright spots. A few of the metro areas actually managed to move into positive range in the last quarter. So you got Coconino, Maricopa County bucked the trend, went positive a little bit, and Yavapai County, Flagstaff, so on. And even where the decline continues, the quarter-over-quarter numbers are not as bad as they had been. The biggest hit metro area, Phoenix, again, quarter-over-quarter bucked a multi-year trend of declining markets and actually improved. So parentheses is still negative. Non-parentheses, they improved a little bit. So, interesting. And yes, I know everybody's talking about the mountain of shadow inventory that still needs to come into the market, but there's also a wave of buyers being let back into the picture beginning in 2012. Let's take a look at that as well. We'll talk about that in a sec here. So I think it's wise to say we need to see another quarter or two of data, but it is possible that September 2011 was the bottom. Let's just keep our fingers crossed and see what happens here. Okay? Now, for those that are in the sidelines right now, meaning you're in foreclosure, timeout, or you're in the process of foreclosure, it is time to start setting yourself up for the future. Do you know when you will be able to qualify to purchase again? Most guidelines state you need to be have been foreclosed on at least 3 years with extenuating circumstances with a good letter of explanation, or 5 years. If they don't buy your explanation or they're not satisfied with it, then you're looking at 5 years. So meaning if you were foreclosed on in 2007, worst case 2012, you can be let back into the game. Now I'm thinking in the next maybe next year, Obama and company are going to need to do something about the wave of people that were foreclosed to be let back into the picture. That's the only way we're going to get rid of all that inventory and get back to a healthy real estate market. What if they were to all of a sudden say, okay, period, 3-year wait period for you to be able to purchase again? Are you guys ready? A lot of you are not. Does your credit score need a tune-up or a major overhaul? It's time to start checking into that. At some point you're going to buy a house again, so why not start getting ready for that? If it takes a while, fine, but we've come across certain situations where people who thought, oh gosh, I can't buy a house for a long time, they'll be ready to buy next year. Okay? Now, is your present income and pay structure in line with what you would like to buy? Maybe you were, a lot of us lost our jobs, things like that. Maybe now you're at a commission job you were a salary job, there's a 2-year waiting period to be able to use that commission income. Maybe you're in that situation. We need to look at that. Things like that. There's a lot of things that play into you being able to purchase a home. The lender market, I see a lot on TV about how difficult it is to get a loan and so on and so forth. It's not that hard. You just need to get your ducks in a row, and the sooner you start to do that, the better. There is still 100% financing available, mainly USDA. In the Tucson area, for example, Sahuarita, you can buy a house for 100% loan to value. In let me see here, Dove Mountain, it's still USDA approved. You can literally get into a house in Dove Mountain with no money out of pocket. FHA, 3.5% down. It's not going to get any better than that. And rates are ridiculous, 3.75% right now. Come on, okay? Now, for all these questions that you might have and whatnot, did you know that there's an app for finding out all these questions and more? It's called Contacting Bancapital Home Loans and letting us check your specific situation. We'll check you out, see where you're at, see what needs to be done. Our loan officers are ready for you. You will then be put into our database, and we will keep you up to date on any changes and help you get back to even regarding your home ownership status. You got to start sometime. Why not now? It's the end of the year. 2012 is upon you. Why not start checking your situation out? Feel free to contact us, email, post down below, whatever. And also, if you could please subscribe, forward this on to somebody you think might like this. We'd really appreciate it. Trying to get the word out on helping people out. All right. See you guys next week, and have a good rest of your week.